HiSec BuyBack offers a 90% GDA anywhere in HiSec. Simply go to hisec.evebuyback.com, appraise your items, create a contract, and get paid quickly.
And you're live.
Hi everyone, welcome to Talking in Stations. I'm your host, Rahne, and I'm here with Eden Trade, who will be talking with us through a Halloween event. And then we also have our streamer, Nick, and then an additional, I want to say, guest/staff, Gerg, who's just here to help keep me company.
Good afternoon.
You'll only be seeing me on camera, sadly, but I am like festive Halloween-y, and that's the main topic for today. First, I really want to jump into what most people generally don't talk about, is the Eve merch store. I think one of our staff members stumbled across it earlier today, or maybe even yesterday, and CCP has actually added a lot more to their collection. And I'm like just now looking through it, and I am thoroughly impressed and kind of jealous because they never really promoted any of this. Like some of the new, I was looking at the ships. They have shirts with like ships on them. Yeah, they have Halloween, the Crimson Harvest collection, so kind of festive with the Blood Raiders. And yeah, I feel like most people don't really talk positively about the store, but it's all here and you can actually go and buy stuff. And some of it looks pretty cool, like stuff that was in demand. And it also looks like based on their website, they actually switched, because it's merch.eve.com now. So they either changed the store up. Oh no, okay, I think this is still the original store, but it all looks a bit different. Gerg, have you bought any Eve merch yet?
No, I have not.
Have you been to an Eve meet to buy merch?
I haven't been playing Eve really long enough to go to many Eve meets. I started playing in 2019, and by the time that I was 1 year into the game, there weren't really Eve meets going on.
All right, no, that makes sense. But yeah, some of this, like, there's a way larger collection. Like, they have youth t-shirts. I don't think I've ever seen those even at real life meetups. But these are super pretty. Like, they have a Drake on a t-shirt. Why are they not, like, advertising these? I'm trying to look at, like, all the logos and stuff. Yeah, dude. So it says, like, Eve with a picture, like a giant picture of the ship. And then all the, like, little logos at the bottom. These are really nice. And they have like women's sizes, which is nice to see because most places just do like men's cuts, which not everyone's a fan of. Sorry, my cat says hello.
Well, they've got like a backpack even. Never saw that before, and I've been looking at this for a while.
Yeah. And like they have polos, and like I know a lot of the feedback has been people want swag, but they want like small logos, and that's what a lot of these polos show. So I'll put like a little logo right here on the left breast versus like a giant picture across everything. They have a wallet? Oh, passport holder. Okay. Oh, and shot glasses too. So they were giving out shot glasses for swag for Eve meets. And yeah, they have a lot of stuff. They have an Rust We Trust shirt. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, it's still got your faction t-shirts, so that's always good. Oh, there's the ships you were talking about. I didn't find that initially, but I've got it up now.
So they have those, and then they have like even wilder ones where it's like a giant Eve logo and then the ship in color. They have a lot of variety. So it looks like they had like a Drake. I want to say they had some other like non-faction ships, like Edencom or whatever.
I don't see those right now.
Go to apparel.
Yeah, I've got it up on the stream.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, it's on the second page on the apparel. Yeah, so go to page 2. Oh, you are on page 2. Wait,
yeah,
why isn't
it was at the top of page 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been scrolling for a bit.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous. These look really good.
Like, yeah, one of the folks in chat goes, "Oh, there's the Tristan." And I'm like, "Yeah, I noticed that right off too."
Yeah, and it's like I'm looking at like the hoodies. Usually hoodies are the most expensive. $45 for a hoodie is not bad. I'm comparing that to like BioWare because I really want to buy some.
Why was I thinking? I didn't see any notice or anything that they were, that this. It seems to be much more than I remember seeing on the merch store in the past. Oh, I thought this would have been like an announcement of some type.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't they updated it and then just didn't tell anyone. And I find that to be weird because it's like usually you want to like advertise like, hey, we have swag, especially because they have a whole thing for Crimson Harvest. Like, hey, like they were advertising, I think, skin sales or whatever, but they're not like, hey, by the way, if you're a huge EVE Online fan and you want to show it off, here's a sale.
Get the 07 shirts, nice. I've always liked that.
Yeah. I think I mean I kind of like these styles. I guess I'll have to see like if you buy it and like the material and whatnot. I also know shippings can be quite of an issue for some folks.
Triglavian water bottle. Damn, they've infiltrated the Eve store.
I'm gonna give a fake email and whatnot to see about the address. Yeah, so just like normal shipping's $10 in the United States. Express is only 20. So if you really need something. But that's not bad for US. I don't know how to do non like American addresses. Well, those look pretty good.
Yeah, if someone in the chat gives that a whirl, let us know what the shipping prices look like to you.
Yeah,
but obviously, someone that's not North American, I should say.
Yeah, previously I'd been hearing a lot of stuff about Eve merch having really high shipping costs to the US, so anything that's reasonable in shipping costs, I'm interested.
Yeah, I know at least their prior merchandise person or group was in like West America. So like shipping to Europe just was like extremely expensive, like almost worth more than most of the items in the store, which doesn't really make sense to me because it's like if you're going to partner with like a merchandise company, you might as well get one that can do overseas shipping.
Oh, and they got, I had to check that out. They get Digital Eve merch gift store gift cards. Nice.
Yeah. That's also super neat, especially like if you want to give out, I want to say like give out prizes for something. So instead of being like, hey guys, I'll buy you a t-shirt, what's your address? You can say, oh, here's a gift card for a t-shirt. I'm just watching your stream, looking at the water bottles and stuff.
Yeah, I figured I'd pop. Yeah, I just wanted to see the different Angel Cartel. They're not real happy with me lately for shooting them. Concord 1, that I might actually stick a crowbar in my wallet and get one.
I know in the past they had like salt shakers, which I thought was really fun swag. And then playing cards. The player playing cards was really neat.
I wondered, I didn't notice salt shakers in there anymore, but that's a very fitting Eve gift, I think.
Yeah. Also, those stickers are from Rick Javix. I know he partnered with CCP to make those. Oh, they even say by Rick Javix. Okay.
They've definitely updated the website too, so I like that a lot.
Yeah, it looks more integrated like the normal EVE Online website. Like if you could just go to eveonline.com, it almost like transitions seamlessly. Like that's where I thought I was at first with how the menus looked. That's the Jove symbol?
How did I not know that? I mean, I've only been playing for 14 years.
I didn't know that either.
I don't think I've ever seen the Jove symbol. Maybe You see it in the Jove NPC stations in Geminate, but I don't think I've ever docked there.
Yeah, it's it sounds funny. Very easily, I just could have missed it or not paid attention to it. But yeah, there it was. All right, more Triglavian trash. Arr. Yeah, no one can guess my allegiance on that one.
I'm gonna do a check. Eden Trade, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Nice. Do you have any Eve swag?
I do not, but after they updated the store, I actually want to go there and buy some things because there's usually nothing there to buy.
Yeah, I feel like if there's any CCP devs watching this, go out and update or put out a blog post saying, "Hey guys, we updated this." So
Oh my
a lot of
god.
people would like it.
Triglavian socks.
Yeah, did you see the meme? It was like Edencom socks, but it was spelled Edencom socks. And it was like this huge hit amongst everyone, like they were laughing so hard at it.
I missed that.
Yeah. But I thought that was funny. All right, we can shift into our interview now, since Mr. Oh gosh, New Eden Trade is here. I almost called him Edencom, which would have been awkward. All right, so I have a bunch of interview questions, and some of them are written hilariously, and I don't know if I'm supposed to read it word for word, but I want to. So this first question, it says, "Who are you?"
Who am I? I'm just the guy with 16,000 market orders up in Eve and about like 1 trillion plus ISK of items. Plus, what else do I do? Oh, I've run an investment scheme that has not turned into a pyramid scheme for the past 2 years.
So basically, you're broke. I'm hearing you're broke. You're out of ISK, and we're going to try and help you get some more.
Essentially, I am asset rich and broke.
So asset rich, but not a lot of liquid ISK.
No, but I do well since the markets went to crap like in May. I've only been pulling about 1 to 2 billion a day in ISK. Before that, it was like 3 to 5 billion per day.
Oh wow! And like I know the markets just recently, the changes to the market have sort of quote unquote come back to normal. Has that helped you at all, or not really?
For the competition in the stations, yes, because people don't want to change their market prices as much with the tax change. And I have the ISK behind me to where I can just go as low as I want to beat out any competition in Citadels.
Nice. So do you actually trade in player citadels more than stations?
Yeah, I'd say about like 80% is in Citadels, like the I Choose You Citadels, just because they're pretty much safe. And then I have 4 NPC stations that I do. Made 3 of them are over in Amar, and then one's in Great Wildlands.
Nice. Okay. And is this all you do in Eve? Just you're a market PvPer?
For the most part, yes. And then I do have like one low sec PvP characters or a couple of them.
Do you like normal PvP, or do you definitely prefer the market stuff?
Well, it's I've been playing since like 2005, and I've mainly it was nullsec before then, and like running the 1,000-man fleets and a lot of different alliances. And then 2015, I took a break and then came back and just started making ISK and decided to start trade hubs because I got annoyed with not being able to buy anything in Eve or having to go to Chitta to buy everything. It was just frustrating.
So you're being the change you want to see in New Eden then?
Yes, I want people to not have to travel so far to fit their ships.
So the LowSec alliance you previously mentioned that you were with has disbanded. Are you willing to say where you are now with the LowSec PvP?
I'm in Snuffed Out.
On the
Which the US time zone is much better in Snuffed Out than the EU, so don't join the EU time zone if you join up.
drop back real quick where you're saying about folks don't have to travel as far, basically don't have to go to Jita. It's working because I haven't been to Jita in almost 2 years now, and I'm surviving just fine. So I'm sure I bought a lot of your stuff.
Yeah, most probably it's I've had looking at it in the past 48 hours, I've done almost 7,000 individual market transactions.
That's really high. As someone who like never trades or sells and just buys things, that's extremely high to me.
Yes, that's quite a lot. So it's back before like the market kind of went down. I was pulling every month about 60 to 100 billion per week. I mean per week, and just selling stuff and then going to Jitta and rebuying everything.
That's insane. What the?
What's
So
your time commitment? I'm sorry for interrupting, Ray. I'm just sitting here going, I do a few
okay.
things in Eve that are time sinks, but I enjoy them. This sounds like it's a game style, man.
It used to take like a whole day. Like I would just update it on the weekends and I'd spend 12 to 15 hours. Now that I've gotten like the ESI down in like Google Sheets, I can open up a Google Sheet, look what I need to buy, and it takes like 5 to 10 minutes to restock one of my hubs.
Nice. Nice. That's a hell of a savings on time. I know. Look at Rain's face. I'm going. Yeah.
You're like 12 to 15 hours a day on the weekend. Like that's insane to me.
But yeah, but now it's just I can just open it up and like restock everything within an hour. It used to be a huge time commitment, but it's as I've over the past 3 years. I mean, I just keep improving my process, and then it just keeps getting faster and better.
So how'd you get into this then? I know you mentioned you were doing a bunch of stuff in nullsec. How'd you really get started into trading?
I was in Stat Placid running level fives with carriers, and I started making a lot of ISK, but then I wanted to fit my PvP ships, and I was like, half the stuff is missing that I want to fit just for basic T1, T2 items and ammo. So then I was just like, screw you guys, I will make my own trade hub here in Stackmon. And then it turned out that I was making a profit. Then I turned that into asking for 100 billion ISK to start a couple more trade hubs, and then that just kept going from there, and it just kind of spiraled out of control to where I got it up to like 1.4 trillion ISK in investments that I've taken in from people.
Is that your investment scheme, but not pyramid scheme you have going?
Yes, and then I have paid back 1.1 trillion ISK in profits to people, so I think I have like 300 billion more to pay back, which I have 170 billion that's going to be paid out on the first. So here in a couple hours to all the investors.
Nice, nice. And I know, so you're kind of one of the more rich individuals in Eve, at least compared to anyone I know. And then you're putting on this Halloween event. So can you tell us why, like what motivated you to do the event?
Last year I did it. It was just kind of like a spur of the moment thing, and then this year came up. I was like, let's just do it again because last year was quite a lot of fun. Uh, and then I just want to give something out and just do something for the community. It's actually turned into almost 90 billion worth of stuff, so it's gotten a little out of hand.
I mean, I think that
Did you
sounds
just
really
say
fun.
90 million?
Billion.
Billion?
Yeah, there's 200 people in Stackmon local right now, so I have 570 things to give away, so hopefully more people show up.
Oh, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, you did say it was 300 last time, so 90 bill amongst 300 people is like not too bad.
No, I think I averaged it out to like most of it's gonna be like 180 on average, a million per person, but I've everything's gonna be 50 million or more, and then up to almost a billion something with 10 9-plex that we're giving 500 plex per person.
Oh yeah, yeah, nice. And so for those who may be wanting to join last minute, how do they participate? I know it's on screen. Do they just go to, what is it, Austin Gale?
Stackmon, I think.
I typed it in the stream. Yeah, just go to Stackmon and talk up in the I choose you Fortizar, and then I'm pretty much just gonna copy everybody's name and randomize it and put it by the prizes.
Nice. That makes it easy.
Last year, it's when I tried to do it, I told everybody to show up and say trick or treat in local, but then local with 300 people typing, you couldn't click on anything, and I was like, oh my god, how am I going to fix this problem?
Yeah, local gets really rowdy.
You got me curious because, like, I do a lot of shopping and selling at the I Choose You markets and, your Fortizars. And I'm curious because, like, say you want to move into X, you want to put one down in X location, and someone already has one. Is it a competition kind of thing going on, or do you muscle them out?
For like the citadels, you're asking?
Yeah.
Well, right now I did own the Stackmon Fortizar, but then I Choose You came in and he was like, well, I'm taking over this region, so shut it down or I'm going to destroy it. But then I traded it to him just to keep it up. So it's like the secondary market in Placid. So he has two of them. But yeah, there's competition. I won't put up a Citadel in HiSec just because you're just going to get war decked and it's going to get blown up, especially if it's a market one, because there's pretty much just a big racket going on with the Citadels for market competition.
So you're not associated with the I Choose You at all then, correct?
No, the only thing I do is just help them fuel the Citadels, and then I put in all the cores whenever the core change came into effect. So I maintain them a little bit.
Okay, mostly I guess the ones you frequent or trade out of a lot, obviously.
Yes, yep.
So, kind of unrelated. I noticed on your event thing you ask if you can get streamer help. Do you have that already?
Well, I got all my stuff. Well, I got everything set up on my stream thing, so I should be good. I'm just not charismatic, I guess. Kind of got that monotone voice, and everybody's like, "Why is that guy so mad?"
Oh, I get what you're saying. No, you should be fine. As long as you can talk and just, I don't know. You don't even have to act excited about it. Just be like free things and people will flock to you.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the man I've got up on the screen. You know, some of the items so far on the giveaway is pretty cool.
Yeah, I got quite a few donated. Like the skins came from the Eve Mogul guys. The trade, like the online whatever web browser, you can go there and just it tracks all your profits. And then a couple people have donated. Like I Choose You donated 1,500 plex. And then who else? I think dock workers donated 1,500 plex.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
I'm moving a character to Stackbon right now.
Heck yeah. Everyone should go there.
I will after I'm done after this because I don't know if my old computer could take running characters while I'm engineering.
Tecmon's not too far from things, so it should be easy to get to as well.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like if you're coming like from Jeddah, it's 18 jumps or something, but just all HiSec.
Oh wow, I'm looking at the list of ships being given away. That's amazing.
Yes, there is quite a lot, and I've thrown in a couple like 20, 100 million ISK prizes as well, just straight ISK 100 million.
And so when people get to Stackmon, is that still high sec or is that low sec?
That's
One of the
HiSec.
it's one of the entry systems where it's high sec, but nearby is low sec and null sec syndicate.
Oh, okay. And so are you playing? I know you said there was going to be PvP. Is everyone? I think that's where I saw Austin Gale. Is that where you're
Yeah.
just going to throw everyone in to fight?
Yeah, it's I'm gonna jump the obelisk in at like 1900, and then everybody can just start PvPing. There's several fleets that said that are going to be coming. The obelisk, I'm just jumping in so everybody shoot it quick so you can get on the kill mail. It'll eventually get blown up.
Is it going to be carrying loot, or are you keeping it loot free?
Just no loot. If I put loot in there, I'm sure you're gonna have that one guy that's gonna pop the wreck, so that would not be nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That actually makes a lot of sense.
yeah. I've got the map up there for Stackmon right now, and you can see it's pretty well. You know, if you try and stay within Placid, yeah, you're going to have to go through low sec, but you can bounce out through or come in through Verge Vendor, and I'm just showing that real quick. So there is a HiSec route that you can get there fairly safely.
Yeah, when I was a new player, I called that area my home, and I was frequently roaming the local low sec between Placid and Verge Vendor for my first few months in the game. That's a nice area.
It is, and Stackmon's getting pretty good. It's average 50 people in local. It's taken a couple of years, but I think people are hanging around just because they don't have to like go as far to get things.
That's awesome. It's like you have your
No,
own
where's
little.
no, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say it's like you have your own little like oasis of like people in EU. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, which I think that needs to happen more because just if people can't buy items, then they're going to cluster around Jitta, like Jitta is clustered up with people in the surrounding area.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why in nullsec people tend to blob into really large groups.
Is
And
Austin?
having a lot of people in one place makes it easier to get stuff.
What system is that obelisk going to be? Is that Austingill?
Yeah, it'll jump from Stackmon into Austin Gill.
Oh no, there'll be no one waiting on that gate.
Yeah.
And then we had somebody in chat, Sunburst34 says, be careful if you are coming from Jita, one of the low sec systems is camped by smart bombing max. So just FYI for those traveling to Stackmon.
Is Rancer in between Jita and Stackmon?
I actually don't know.
I know I've accidentally passed through Rancer a couple of times and lost a few trading pods that way, but I don't know if that was the route I was going on. I don't remember.
The easiest way is just to shuttle through the HiSec route or a Leopard if you got some miss, because that's the only thing that I fly in HiSec because it's just so fast.
So do you move your inventory yourself, or do you contract that out to another group to move the stuff for you?
Oh, it is all push X. I would be spending weeks just to move all my stuff alone. Let me pull up my push X numbers because it's ridiculous.
While you're pulling that up for the folks that were asking, Jita to Stackmon, 18 jumps, all HiSec. I got the route up on the screen for you.
So let me look here. So push X is amazing at what they do. Okay, it's taken a while there. So I've done 1,892 contracts to push X with 160 billion S for rewards and like 4.3 trillion S collateral, and they've moved 299 million M3.
That's some pretty healthy numbers there. That's awesome.
I'm like one of their biggest customers.
Yeah. Last week's guest, HiSec BuyBack, also did a massive amount of push-X traffic.
Yes, it's usually sometimes when I get in there, I'll make about 40 contracts at once. The past some weeks.
Has the current 90% loot drop event affected how fast your stuff moves? Because 90% loot drop means that more people are going to be suicide ganking, so maybe not as many people are going to be hauling.
No, PushX is really good at what they do. I don't know how they do it, but they've only lost one, maybe two contracts in the past like 3 years out of like 1,800 contracts. So, I mean, they know what they're doing. It's like I trust them with anything. I've had to move 50 billion in a freighter before, so
That's impressive.
That's most of my assets.
There are folks asking in chat where to dock. It's the I Choose You Fortizar.
yes.
And then apparently the individual died in Onato. So just make sure you're doing HiSec only. Or you're just avoiding some of those low sec routes in between.
And when I move my main down for the freighter after this show, I'm gonna probably be more scared of high sec than of low sec.
It depends on what you're flying, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna be in an interceptor. Faction police are scary.
Yeah.
Screw that. I'm going with my standard blaster Demos, man.
All right. Do you have, I know we have like 15 minutes before the event starts. Do you have anything else you want to add? Eat and trade?
Not too much, just 1,700. Everybody just dock up in the Fortizar just so I can copy your name. There's only like 220 people in system, so like even if you're late, I can still add you to the list. Just because I have 500 and something items to give away. I think I went a little overboard, but I guess I prepped for like a big turnout. And then I'll hand everything out. 1,900 will do the PvP, which once the obelisk jumps in, then everybody can start shooting, or you can just start shooting now. It doesn't matter, whatever you guys feel like doing. We might start a little bit early. It just depends on how long it takes me to get everything handed out to people.
All right. Awesome. Do you have anything else you wanted to add or wanted to discuss while you were here? I know we focus a lot on sort of what you do in the game and about your Halloween event, but you also have free reign to talk about whatever you want.
Oh yes, I would love if CCP could update, the market and make the market a whole lot better, just like the user interface and more options. Like, I think the biggest one is I want to be able to set up a Citadel and only allow access to people to put stuff on the market so I can create like my own store, like, and not have all these other people come in and undercut you. So like you can open up like your own Walmart and somebody has like a Target over here or something like that. It's just more features would be amazing.
That sounds awesome, but I feel like it would be heavily abused. But that might be good for content in the game of Walmart and Target fighting each other over prices or something.
Yeah, because it's like you put up a Citadel and only like say this alliance trades in this Citadel and like they stock these items and then somebody else can set up their own Citadel and then they can get mad at each other and just be like, you know what, your market needs to go away. We're gonna blow it up.
That sounds super neat. Have you like reached out to CCP or someone on the CSM to pass those along?
No, I have not.
Okay. No
All right,
worries.
well, you heard it here first, folks.
And then there's just other things like maybe in Jeddah, like people can just open their own store and be like 10% lower than Jeddah, or like in it. I guess I don't know. You have like different stores that people can access in there instead of like the one main market or something like that.
Yeah, that would be really neat. I think other games kind of have those features too, where you can set up shops and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But then also that's just like having to modify your orders. I would really love to like if I wanted to do like a 10% discount for like all my items, I could just automatically have like all 16,000 items just automatically marked 10% down.
Assuming all 16,000 are on different accounts, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that feels like, I don't know if CCP, that feels like a huge undertaking.
Yeah,
What's the most that you can have on a single account?
305. All mine are posted as corp orders, so it's when you open up the market tab for corp orders, it takes a while to load.
Yeah, I know that's been one of my frustrations. I mean, I'm not even a market trader, but when I open the market and I have to wait like 15 seconds just for it to load to try and buy one thing, that's been like one of my biggest frustrations in playing. And I don't know how CCP is going to fix that, but hopefully they figure that out with all the lag and stuff.
Yeah, there's just a lot more things like that they could add on to like make it a little bit deeper, like experience for trading and all that stuff. So hopefully they dig into that eventually in the future.
Yeah. Gerg, Nick, did you have any more questions for Eat and Trade? I want to make sure you have time to go to your event so you're not trying to do a show while running your own stream and handing stuff out.
I don't think I have any more questions.
I'm good.
All right. Thank you so much, Eat and Trade. And thank you for putting on the event. I miss a lot of these events that kind of disappeared over the last few years where players would put on events for things. So I'm glad this one came back, or at least that you're starting this one.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it should be good, and it's something that I at least want to try to do one event every year, and Halloween's kind of nice. So
Yeah. So I'll let you run to your event if you need. If you want to stay around and continue to chat with us, that's perfectly okay too.
I'll probably hit my event. I'll be streaming it on Twitch under Eden Trade. I'll just link it in chat here.
Yeah, feel free to link it in chat, and then I think Nick can raid, so we can try and raid you after this too.
Yeah, I believe they fixed my raid permission, so.
I hope so.
All right, so it's in chat there, and yeah, thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'm gonna start the hard task of handing out over like 250 items to people.
If you wait 11 jumps, man, I got a guy en route.
Well, it looks like I'll have plenty, so we're only at 250, so that's 50% of what I got to hand out.
Holy smokes, that's awesome.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
I just got to Stackmon on my Gita alt.
All right, so for those who are listening, Eden Trade's doing a Halloween event. So if you go to Stackmon now, he's handing out tons of ships, skins, ISK, Plex. So head there, win free prizes. There's also shooting in Austingale if you want to jump next door and fight/feed. So it should be fun. You should be able to get on a couple kill mails at least.
Or be a kill mill, which is probably what's going to happen with me.
Or be a kill mail. I think everyone's probably going to end up being a kill mail, except the guys who brought fleets, and even then, people are going to be dying. Alright, so his event is alongside the actual CCP event, which is the Crimson Harvest. So for those who aren't aware, there's, I think it's like a login campaign, so you log in, get free items. With that, they also have, I want to say, both exploration and combat sites around New Eden, but the best ones are in Derelict and Delve. NPC Delve being home of the Blood Raiders. There's also the 90% PvP loot drop rate. So all ships that you kill have 90% drop rate versus the 50-50. So definitely a time to go out in PvP, especially if you want to gank. But lots of fun there, especially those who like Halloween. I'm a huge Halloween fan, if you can't tell. You're all lucky I'm not in costume, because I love costumes too. But I don't know, as Greg, I feel like you've been talking about the Halloween event. Have you actually tried the Crimson Harvest event?
I've been running a few of the data sites.
How you liking them?
I like them. Like the ones
Are you running?
definitely pay out a lot more than the ones out closer to home.
There's a lot of talk about how much more difficult some of the hacking, if you run across any of the double reds, I guess is what they're calling them.
I'm pretty sure I know what you mean, and yeah, the hacking is a lot harder than other sites.
I did not know that. I thought, do you get unlimited tries for them? I know the other event sites.
I've definitely failed some of those more than 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And usually the limit is twice and the thing explodes.
Yeah, so that's at least good for, especially like I always think newer players who may not have the skills or people just wanting to try it, because that way you can do it in relative safely without, instantly dying or whatever, or losing, I guess. And then if no one else has anything to say, because I feel like, I don't know, I might partake in this event, I might not. Haven't really had a lot of free time, so I might try.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, last time I really did a lot of an event was the Christmas one, because it was so easy to get involved when there was with those filaments that took you straight to event systems.
Yeah, those ones were really neat. It had the storms everywhere too, and so you could just like teleport, do something, leave. That was a lot of fun.
One of the folks, Cheshire, in chat's asking, how do you tell if one of the data sites is one of those double red hard ones? If I remember correctly from listening to Nth Dimensional on the show a couple days ago, those only pop up in null and a certain low sec, and I'm not sure where.
Derelict?
Might be derelict, but how you identify which is which, I'm not sure how until you actually get there.
Oh.
I remember that Nth Dimensional mentioned how you could tell, but I'm going to claim age and Alzheimer's, thank you.
Gerg, do you remember?
I just scanned down the sites and tried to run whichever I scanned down.
You just wing it. You have no idea. You're just like, I just do the site.
It's funny, that's the way I do the combat sites. I just jump in there with both feet and start swinging and hope it turns out okay.
Yeah, I'm always afraid of the combat sites. I'm more inclined to try the hacking ones because I feel safer doing them.
Warp drive.
For me, it's just the opposite. I go into the hacking sites, and first of all, I'm a disaster at the hacking. For some reason, and I've watched videos, I've tried it. For some reason, it's just, beyond me.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so we can transition then from the Crimson Harvest. I don't really think this is like super newsworthy or a lot to discuss. But there's a new exploit notification out related to the crab beacons. Pretty much the long story short is if you put the crab beacon somewhere where a player cannot warp to it, it is considered an exploit, so don't do it. I'm assuming people who have been doing this already know that they have been exploiting it, so this is just letting them know to stop. And if you see this occurring, just report it.
Yeah, I think that got... I was actually surprised, but then again, EVE players are incredibly inventive. They're like, I can warp to my crab site. Well, if I put that in a place where you can't warp to, gotta love my EVE players, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
EVE players are some of the most inventive and honestly insane gamers around. There isn't something too obscure for an EVE player to figure out how to the optimal way to use it.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the reasons I'm glad CCP isn't releasing all the information ahead of time. So when it hits the server, it's not already solved. People are still figuring it out, and that I enjoy.
Yeah, it's been interesting seeing EVE players improvise, adapt, and overcome some of this stuff. Alright, and then I think our last topic? Oh, patch notes. I really don't want to read through the patch notes. I know I've seen a lot of discontent, so knowing, I haven't read them in full detail, but the one thing I have noticed people are upset about is some of the ESS changes. Yeah, right there. Oh wait, yeah, you gotta scroll, sorry. I was looking at your screen and got distracted. So there was one change with the ESS where now when you're linked to the ESS, you keep your red timer, which has made some players upset because when they're filamenting, they go into a dead end system, there's nobody around, So they steal the ESS, and then they have to wait 15 minutes doing nothing just to filament out. And then it's also initially it was also bugged. I'm not sure if that bug's been fixed, but it became a point where the timer just wouldn't change. Like no matter what you were doing, you just couldn't log off. It wouldn't go away.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember reading some people were really upset about it because like this is their main gameplay, and now they're like being shafted by it. Especially because it kind of came out of nowhere. They kind of found out not through reading patch notes, but by playing.
Yeah, I think that's to counter the complaints that various people had about not be about people stealing ESS and then filamenting out before the response fleet arrived.
Yeah, which I can see that reason because I think the ESS only takes like 5 minutes. So if you filament into a system and it takes you like 5 minutes to get somewhere, 5 minutes for the ESS itself, and then you go and just make a safe and log off, or not log off, filament out without people being able to get to you, it's kind of unfair. But at the same time, I totally see the opposite where if there is no response fleet, then you're just sitting there for an extra 15 minutes for no reason, which I know can be frustrating.
Well, just a quick update. I have made it to Stackmon, and that obelisk was just sitting outside the station.
Has it been ganked yet?
Docking.
No, it's still in HiSec. And also, for you folks that are cruising down here, this system is a Edencom Stellar Observatory. So if you got bad Edencom standings, be a little careful coming in.
That is good to know.
And as much as I dislike the Trigs, I still had to give them a warning.
Yeah, that's always kind of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have trouble with that. My main character does not navigate through HiSec very well.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really distracted by my cat. Oh no.
Ah, you got your assistant helping out again.
He messed up trying to climb and scratch me, and I had to keep my composure on camera, which really hurt. Alright, there. She'll hopefully leave me alone while I can continue our read through our news. But that was all we had for game news. Then it's a lot. I say a lot because it's a lot of scrolling. For player news, we already talked about the Eat and Train Halloween Treats event, which I think is I would say the biggest news for today. I don't know if if we want to recap some of the news over the week. Some of it has been just like things that have been happening, topics to talk about. I think the one thing to call out is there was a Sino vigil for a new player who passed away on Thursday, and I thought that's always really touching to me. Right, like life happens, and players coming together to respect the fallen is always like super. I don't know, just something that I love this community for. Do you have the tab?
I was looking for it just then. I went to the wrong. I went to a gank tab instead. That's not what we were looking for.
It's okay, but yeah, I think just giving a shout out for the Sino Vigil, especially because players coming together to respect the fallen, I think is super commendable. I think is the right word I want. Words are hard. I always feel awkward talking about some of this stuff, especially because I didn't know the individual nor any of their friends.
Yeah, that and the the Eve Memorial in Molia, I believe it is. Those are a couple of those things. The Molia Memorial for your fellow capsuleers who are no longer with us, and then the Sino Vigils, which are a more intimate, family-oriented thing for the people that you played with, and that's really cool too.
Yeah. I feel like this isn't anything you can find in the game, but big shout out to those. Looking through the rest of the news that we covered this week, I don't really see anything else worth calling out, unless we want to look at kill mails or battle reports, but they don't really seem that interesting unless we want to, I don't know, talk smack or whatever, or brag about it.
Yeah, the most notable kill mails this week, all we really need to say is that this person was reportedly AWOXed and those were very expensive ships.
Yeah. But yeah, those have a pretty decent story. The other one I'm looking at, it says there's a hell died in Cavallo Expanse. And then it goes,
Yep.
rogue drones get top damage. But for those who are unaware, when you are ratting, if you rat long enough, the NPCs will always have top damage. I thought when I was losing ratting ships, I was like talking smack. I'm like, yeah, idiot, you died and rats got top kill or whatever. But then people are like, no, it's because you're killing rats for like 3 hours. No doubt they're gonna get top damage.
Yeah, we talked about that hell kill on Tuesday.
Yeah, we went over quite a few of those at that point.
Yeah, it's nice though. You can see nature is healing. Ratting supers are out and dying. Hopefully we'll see more. I think Q4 they said was the whatchamacallit changes. Oh gosh, scarcity. Everyone's been talking about it and I forget what it's called, but scarcity changes coming to an end, so hopefully we'll see more folks out and dying.
Everybody uses that phraseology, scarcity coming to an end. And my personal take on it is scarcity in its current form is coming to an end. I don't think they're going to turn the fire hose back on the way it was with, here's your unlimited minerals, here's your rat 24/7 and get all the risk in a day. I think they're just going to gradually turn little things back on, and they now have the tools to be able to, when I say they, CCP can see what's going on and then crank things up or down as they see needed. I don't think it's going to go back to the days of plenty, thank God.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I mean, if they did, let's say for whatever reason they were like, "Hey players, we hear you. We are 100% reversing scarcity." I think that would be just like the dumbest thing ever, because then we'd just end up back where we were in the first place, which I don't think anyone disagrees. Like it wasn't good for the game. Like being able to just endlessly and exponentially farm ISK and minerals and this and that is not good for the game.
No, and I am curious, a couple of things that are coming out with part of the fourth quadrant, which I believe starts at the beginning of November. So sometime in that 3-month period. A couple of things that, kind of near and dear to me, and obviously in addition to a loosening of the whole scarcity thing, is they did mention it's either a rework or a relook at the ore line of ships, and I imagine that's going to be top to bottom, starting with the smallest barge or frigate all the way up to and including the Rourke. They're looking at those. So I mean that leaves the gamut completely wide open of what could be done, where they think the pressure points are that need to be adjusted. The other thing is moon ore and gas being able to be compressed. I've got almost 10 million M3 of frickin' moon ore that I can't wait to compress and move.
Yeah.
I do a lot of reactions, and I'm involved with both T2 production using moon ore and T3 production using gas, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be good. It'll be exciting to see too. I know a lot of people, I think it's like, I've been talking to a few folks who say they're not really using Rourke, so getting a revamp on them to either make them more useful or at least worth putting out in the field, but not broken to the point where everyone and their mom has like 50 Rourke ults, and that's all you need for like Locust fleets or whatever.
Yeah, and one of the other ones, we had a fairly healthy, I'm going to say, discussion, got a little lively, in the TIS Discord about, potential balance ideas. Because, some folks, when you talk about the Orca fleets in HiSec, which are ridiculously scalable, you can get yourself 6 or 7 Orcas, tank them up real hard, throw some mining drones on it, turn them loose and go watch a movie. That sucks, in my opinion. That's not interactive gameplay. And that's one of the things that CCP in the past and recently has said, interactive gameplay. You're actually doing something as opposed to firing it up and starting a movie. Well, I made that, the Nick Bison blanket statement. Yeah, just remove their ability of the Orca to use a mining drone. Problem solved. All right. After I got the knives out of my back, the discussion went on, and it was, there's some good give and take on reasons, but, have a look at it. That ought to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what CCP come up with. Sorry, my cat's really needy. But yeah, that's all I really had in discussions for today. Unless you guys had anything else you wanted to talk about, or anyone in chat have questions.
Oh, let me scroll through the chat real quick. Maybe I missed in case I missed something.
Yeah, I'm reading through it.
Yeah, Hycorian, yes, industry is a pain in the backside, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah, I got into industry so that I'd have some income while I didn't have to bring my characters back from the delve to home space to Crab, and I ended up enjoying it.
Yeah, okay, Deluxe mentions, the ESS change, not really nice. I assumes it's referring to the catching the 15-minute criminal timer, and I kind of agree with you on that.
For clarity, it's the player PvP timer, not the criminal timer. So.
Oh, right. All right. Yeah, my HiSec brain. Sorry about that.
Yeah, they look the same when you're in HiSec. It's like the exclamation point versus the skull.
Yeah, I'm moving my main to Stackmon now, and getting a lot of threatening messages from faction police with every Sisto I enter.
Nice, dude.
Sweet. I wonder if they'll let me web you down.
No, it's just barely too high for that.
Dang it!
Although if you set your safety to red, you could do it.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, what the hell? Why not?
Collect your prizes first before you feed.
Oh, good safety tip. Thank you.
Alright, but if that's all I had, I can let you guys close out and we can go and raid Eden Trade to watch him hand everything out. Can you start the raid? I want to see how that works.
I'm going to see if I can.
Alright, so while he's starting the raid, make sure you go over to Eden Trade and give him lots of love for throwing this event out of the kindness of his own heart. As far as I'm aware, he doesn't get anything from it. I'm pretty sure even if there were leftover prizes, he'd be giving them out. And if you are nearby Stackmon, go over there, go to the I Choose You Fortizar, or the IC Fortizar, and collect free prizes. And then you can also jump into Austin Gale and feed / get on kill mails.
And I just saw Jeronica, who's a well-known community figure, on his way too.
Nice. Jeronica is with Eve Mogul, and I believe he said 1500 plex, I think it was.
All right, the raid is starting, so we better say goodbye.
Bye, everyone. I was your host, Rain. Thank you to Nick for running the stream and to Gerg for keeping us company.
Thanks, Rain. Everybody have a good time. Go hang out with Eden Trade.